Have you ever felt like life is moving too fast? Like there's never a quiet moment to just breathe? Maybe you're surrounded by people and responsibilities, yet you still feel empty, restless, as if something essential is missing. We live in a world that never stops, where silence feels uncomfortable and solitude is often seen as loneliness. But what if the very thing you're missing can only be found in those quiet, solitary moments? In this video, we'll explore the profound lessons that can only be discovered when you're alone, the kind of wisdom you can't learn from others or in the chaos of daily life. These lessons aren't just for Buddhists or spiritual seekers. They're for anyone feeling lost, overwhelmed, or in need of a deeper connection to themselves. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Self-awareness. You might think you know yourself, but how often do you truly listen to your own mind and heart? Solitude gives you space to notice your thoughts and emotions without outside distractions. When you're alone, you start to see your true desires and fears, your habits and patterns. This is the foundation of self-awareness, a powerful tool for understanding who you really are. Lesson 2. Inner peace isn't outside. We often look for happiness outside ourselves, in people, in achievements, in things. But when you spend time alone, you realize peace isn't something you find. It's something you uncover within. You learn that external things can bring temporary happiness, but real, lasting peace comes from within. Solitude is like a quiet mirror, reflecting the calm that's already inside of you. Lesson 3. Learning to let go of noise. Most of us are so used to noise, phones buzzing, people talking, music, TV, that we've forgotten what true silence feels like. When you embrace solitude, you realize how much energy this noise drains from you. In the quiet, you learn to let go of this constant chatter, which brings relief and a sense of freedom. You feel lighter, more present. You finally experience the simple joy of being. Lesson 4. Facing your fears and insecurities. In solitude, there's no one else around to distract you from yourself. This means your fears, doubts, and insecurities may come up more vividly. But this isn't a bad thing. Facing these feelings allows you to understand them, to heal from them. You start to realize that these fears aren't as overwhelming as they seem when you confront them head-on. Solitude helps you see that your mind can be a peaceful place, not just a source of worry. Lesson 5. Cultivating self-reliance. Being alone teaches you to trust yourself, to rely on your own judgment. Without the input of others, you start to make decisions based on your inner compass. This builds confidence and resilience. You learn that you don't always need validation or guidance from others to find your path. In solitude, you discover that your own wisdom is enough. Lesson 6. Appreciation for connection. Oddly enough, time spent alone actually deepens your appreciation for others. Solitude reminds you of the value of genuine connections, not the shallow interactions that fill up our lives. When you rejoin others after spending time alone, you're more present, more grateful for their presence, and more authentic in your interactions. Lesson 7. Finding your own rhythm. In a world constantly pushing us to go faster, solitude teaches you to slow down and find your natural rhythm. You start to see that you don't have to live at the pace others set. Whether it's the way you work, relax, or think, solitude shows you how to honor your own pace. Life feels less rushed, more meaningful. Lesson 8. Creativity and inspiration flourish in silence. Some of the greatest artists, thinkers, and innovators in history found their inspiration in solitude. When you're alone, the mind has space to wander freely without limitations. Creative ideas, insights, and solutions come to the surface naturally. In solitude, your mind becomes a blank canvas where inspiration can paint its own picture. Lesson 9. Finding inner freedom. When you're alone, you're not trying to impress anyone, not adjusting to others' expectations. You're free to be you, authentically and unapologetically. This freedom is liberating. Solitude teaches you that you don't have to fit into any mold, that you're allowed to be exactly who you are. This self-acceptance becomes a source of strength. Lesson 10. Embracing the transient nature of life. Finally, solitude brings us face to face with the fact that life, like everything in it, is temporary. In those quiet moments, you start to feel the natural ebb and flow of existence. You begin to see that everything, feelings, situations, even life itself, is always changing. This understanding helps you let go of attachments and approach life with an open heart, knowing that each moment is a gift. In a world that's constantly in motion, solitude feels like an oasis. It may seem intimidating, but solitude is where you find the most valuable lessons that reveal who you truly are.